We're winding down now, and our final speaker is a man who's he's magical. This is the truth. I was headed north one day. I was on Coliseum Boulevard over by Glenbrook. I saw this gentleman out on the median selling peanuts, and I waved at him, and then I came on. I was heading south. I turned there on Coldwater Road, I guess, coming back in town, going towards Southgate. And I'm telling you, when I got to Southgate, he was there at Pettit and Lafayette there selling peanuts. And I know how he could get there that fast. I left there, went over by Fields Market, he was over there. So this man has qualities like Santa Claus, basically, because he's everywhere all the time. So next we'll hear from a gentleman who has a very remarkable story himself, the Peanut Man, Paul Beene.
Thank you very much, Mr. Hackley. How's everybody doing this evening? Good, good. You know, and listening to you tell the story about the youth not having any desire, it kind of troubles me. You know, the other day I gave a presentation at the Anthony's Career Center, and it puzzles me because, and that lets me know that the crux of the problem that we are dealing with is that it's desire. In other words, if you don't have a desire, then you won't move. Desire, that's the whole thing of everything. Once you learn how to desire power is the first law of gain. And what I mean by that is you won't gain anything unless you have a desire. If you're laying in the living room and you want water, you have to desire water, and then you'll get up and go get it. And that's what happens in life. If you don't desire something, you'll never get it. So what we have to do is we have to some kind of way implant in the youth's mind how to desire, how to want, and then how to want it bad, see. And what happens is, and what I found out how that works for me is, I got these big pictures in my house, in my office. I got these big pictures of these homes, this home that I want to move into. It's a dream house for me. And when I look at that picture, I get excited. Oh yeah, I get excited because one day I'll be there. And that is my desire power, and that's what gets me up in the morning. When I get up, when the morning comes, I hit that floor like that, I'm ready to go because I have a desire. And what happens is you might desire something small at first, but as you keep desiring, as you keep going, that desire will get bigger, it'll get stronger, and you'll get stronger, and you'll go out and fight. And desire power is the first law of gain. And so once we show them that they can dream and have the things that they desire, there is no human being on the face of the earth that can stop you from whatever you want. So all these other things that you got in your head about, well, this person over here is holding me back, and well, if it wasn't for Sister Johnson over there, if they'd have bought more peanuts, I would have been over here. You know, well, if Shell would have carried my peanuts, I'd have been success. Well, the fact of the matter is Shell is only one station. You know, there's millions of other stations I can go to, and one station don't make a difference for me. And I want to get this, when I started this business, and I relate the same story, I had my last $100. And it's very crucial that one is positive about whatever undertaking it is that they are trying to accomplish. Because if you're not positive, you will not get positive results. If you think you can, then you can. And if you think you can do it, and it basically lies between your ears. And when I started this business, I was not always as honest as I am today. I had got to my last $100. And so I went to buy $100 worth of peanuts. And that $100 bought me 100 pounds of peanuts and 300 bags. And I always relate the story about honesty, about little Johnny. You know, little Johnny, you know, he was a second grade student. And the teacher says, she says, who all want to go to heaven, raise your hand. And, you know, everybody looked, and everybody raised their hand except for little Johnny. She says, well, Johnny, don't you want to go to heaven? He said, yes, ma'am, but I thought you was taking up a load right now. You know, we desire to be honest, you know, and a lot of times we're off track, but we can always get on track at any point, any given point in time. And so at that point, to show you this right here, yes, the answer to this is true. Can someone really become what they desire? The answer is yes, because I started with $100 worth of peanuts, 100 pounds. Last year, we sold 23,600 pounds. That's just in 5 years. You know, so you can accomplish, it takes time, and just like I just said, that your desire might start small, fine, but just keep moving towards that. Put those blinders on your eye. Don't look left, don't look right, but look straight ahead on the goal that you have set for yourself, and you will reach your goal, and it will get bigger, and it will get bigger, and your life will get better as a result of it. And I'm going to be real quick here. You have to be excited about whatever it is that you want to do. And I also relate the story about little Johnny. This little Johnny, he was a second grade student, and he was a pistol. He was something. And on Friday, the teacher said, she says, if anything happens exciting on the weekend, she said, be prepared. She said, and share it with the class. So one Friday, this little Johnny, I tell you, Monday morning, he was excited. He was on edge. He was over here. He was over there. He was everywhere. He couldn't be still. And everybody had eyes on Johnny, you know. And the teacher says, well, Johnny, what happened? He says, Miss Johnson, he says, me and my daddy, we went fishing. And we caught 75 catfish. And they all weighed 75 pounds. She says, well, Johnny, that's not true. He says, oh, yes, ma'am. He says, Miss Johnson, he says, my daddy, he's a good fisherman. He said, and I'm even better than he is. We caught 75 catfish, and they all weighed 75 pounds. She says, now, Johnny, if I were to tell you that on the way to school this morning, I met this 12-foot grizzly bear, and just as he was about to overtake me, we seen this little 8-pound yellow dog come up, picked him up, threw him on his head, broke his neck, and killed him. She said, now, Johnny, would you believe that? He said, oh, yes, ma'am. He said, as a matter of fact, that was my dog. And what that says is that we have to be enthused and excited about whatever it is that we're doing, and when we're enthused and excited about whatever it is we're doing, we excite others. Johnny started with this 75 catfish, weighed 75 pounds. The teacher started with this 12-foot grizzly bear and this little 8-pound yellow dog. And me, myself, I started selling peanuts on the street corners, smiling and waving at people, and all of a sudden people were smiling and waving at me. What that really says, we need positiveness in our life. Positiveness, we need to forget about what happened. Yes, what I'm saying is don't forget the past in the sense that, well, because you never know where you're going unless you know where you came from. But you have to put it in its proper perspective. You have to get focused on what it is today that you want, and you have to key in and zero in on that goal. And when you do that, there's nothing in life that you can't accomplish. Then there's nothing in life that you can accomplish. And then what happens is the people on the sidelines, they start waving and hollering, hey, there you go, there you go. You can turn people into doing the things that you want to do. This is the key to any kind of goals that one wants to accomplish. You have to desire, and you have to learn how to desire. And I'll throw, like I said, the way you learn how to desire is you write the picture that you desire either in your mind's eye or on a piece of paper, and you look at that. And that is what pumps you up. And thank you very much.